Targeting.
Magandang araw mga ka-aerial defense, may ibabahagi na naman ako sa inyo dahil ngayong araw na ito ay may bagay tayong pag-uusapan. Puwersa ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos naghahanda para sa pagpapalubog ng barko. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, wag mo muna kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Ilulubog ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos ang isang kunwaring barko ng kalaban sa baybayin ng Lawag sa Ilocos Norte, ang pinakahilagang lalawigan ng mainland sa bansa, na medyo malapit sa Taiwan, sinabi ni Colonel Michael Logico, Executive Agent ng Balikatan War Games ngayong taon, na ang coastal area sa La Paz Village ay napiling venue ng singkang exercise noong Mayo dahil sa estratehikong lokasyon nito. Gayunpaman, tinanggihan ni Logico ang mga pahayag na ang mga drills ay isasagawa doon na nasa isip ang senaryo ng Taiwan. Ang BRP Lake Caliraya, isang decommissioned Navy vessel, ay gagamitin para sa paglubog na ehersisyo ngayong taon. Noong July 2023, sumadsad ang dating BRP Lake Caliraya sa Bataan. Ngunit kinuha ng isang Amerikanong kontratista ang barko na gagamitin para sa pagsasanay na ito. Isang araw bago ito sumadsad, gagamitin sana ito bilang mock target para sa bilateral marine exercise ng Pilipinas at Amerika, ngunit nakansela ang mga drills noon dahil sa masamang panahon. Ito ang pangalawang beses na isinagawa ang maritime sinkang drills, noong nakaraang taon. Isang decommissioned Navy corvette na tinatawag na BRP Pangasinan ang pinalubog din sa bayan ng San Antonio sa Zambales o 235 kilometro ang layo mula sa Panatag Shoal.
Update sir, dun sa sinking exercise sa BRP Lake Caliraya, saan po yung venue?
Yes. It will be in Ilocos Norte, particularly off the coast of Lawag. So our total, the running total that we have as of the moment is 16,000 participants. That means 11,000 US personnel as opposed to 5,000 AFP personnel. It might seem like a disparity, pero the 11,000 also includes their support. So when they come in, they also have their support group, their exercise support group that also comes in, because they will also have to be coming in with their own self-contained logistics. Okay, so that also includes their civilian contractors and also their the regular personnel, and of course also members of other US government agencies that are also coming in.
Nilinaw ni Balikatan Exercises Executive Agent, Colonel Michael Logico, na isang local aircraft ang namataang eroplanong lumilipad sa himpapawid sa kasagsagan ng ikinasang first ever maritime sinkang exercises ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos sa Zambales. Ito ang binigyang diin ni Colonel Logico sa gitna ng mga haka-haka hinggil sa umano'y aerial intruder sa isinagawa ng joint military exercises ng dalawang bansa. Bagamat naging matagumpay kasi ang isinagawa ng aktibidad ng kasundaluhan, ay naging cause of delay naman ang nabanggit na aerial intruder na kalaunay natukoy naman na nagmula pala sa isang local flight school.
Sir, anong preparations natin to prevent interlopers unlike last year? Tapos sir, for background na lang sir, if na-identify na from which country yung interloper sa sinking exercise, sir?
So you're talking about this time or last year? Last year kasi nangyari, okay, we published the NOTAM, the Notice to Mariners and Airmen, 3 weeks in advance. Okay, so there are many possible reasons. Yung nangyaring interloper last year was that the flying school that was conducting lessons malapit doon sa Zambales, apparently they were not made aware na merong pinablish na note ng NOTAM, na Notice to Airmen and Mariners, So pumasok siya. But we have our SOPs in place already. Ang SOP namin, if there is an interloper that has entered into our operational box, we cease the exercise. We put the entire exercise on hold for safety reasons. For whatever reason, it might be intentional or it might be accidental, tulad ng nangyari. We're not taking any chances, because we put the safety of our mariners and airmen as prime importance. It is not something that we disregard. Kaya yung nangyari last time, we put everything on hold. That entire area kasi, the one that we exercised in last year, that was a very large area that encompassed the edges of our territorial waters. Kaya we are aware that we are trying our best also to help us secure not only preventing them from entering but also publishing the NOTAM earlier.
Kung maaalala, nagkasa ng maritime sinkang exercises sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon ang Pilipinas at Estados Unidos, kung saan pinalubog nila ang decommissioned Philippine Navy corvette na BRP Pangasinan sa katubigang sakop ng bayan ng San Antonio, Zambales, habang sa gaganaping balikatan exercises naman ngayong taon ay inaasahan din na isasagawa muli ang sinkang exercises ang dalawang hukbo ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos, kung saan gagamitin muli ang isang decommissioned Navy vessel. Inihayag ng Armed Forces of the Philippines na nakatakdang magkasa ng joint exercises ang Air Force ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos sa darating na buwan ng Abril kasalukuyang taon. Ayon kay AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margareth Padilla, kasalukuyan ang naghahanda ngayon ang Philippine Air Force para sa gaganaping Cope Thunder Philippines 2024 na nakatakdang idaos sa susunod na buwan. Dito itatampok ang joint and combined sea, air, at ground exercises sa pagitan ng mga hukbong panghimpapawid ng Pilipinas at Amerika. Aniya, layunin nito na mabigyan ng bilateral fighter training ang Philippine at United States Air Forces upang mas mapaigting pa ang combined interoperability ng mga ito. Kung maaalala, noong nakaraang taon ay magkatuwang din na binuhay ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos ang Cope Thunder Joint Exercises makalipas ang 33 taon mula noong 1991.
In terms of the Philippine Air Force, they are now preparing for the Cope Thunder Philippines 2024-1, which will be conducted in April. It will feature joint and combined sea, air, and ground exercises between the AFP and the U.S. Pacific Air Forces. Moreover, the joint acceptance during denial is more effective than dealing with actually under actual conflict. So in this way, what we can do is build up on our capabilities. That's why ito po yung tinututukan natin for our re-horizons, for our modernization, because this will be entailing a lot of national expense.
Kinumpirma ng Philippine Coast Guard na nasa 36 na Chinese ang delisted bilang miyembro ng auxiliary force, sa pagdinig ng House Committee on Transportation ukol sa mga panukalang modernisasyon para sa PCG. Inungkat ni Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barbers ang issue, at kung may pagsisiyasat ba rito ang PCG lalo't baka nagsisilbing spy ang mga nasabing Chinese. Sagot naman ni PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Gavan, nagsagawa sila ng investigasyon at dumulog sa intelligence at national security agencies at dito nasa 36 na Chinese nga ang nadelist bilang auxiliary members, dagdag ni Gavan.
Coast Guard recruiting auxiliary members. And most of the members that were recruited as auxiliary Coast Guard were all Chinese. In fact, this issue was raised by Senator Tolentino last year. And Mr. Chair, I'd just like to be updated as to the status of that. No? Kasi I understand that most of those recruits who were Chinese have the ranks of Brigadier General, Commandant, and all those things. And parang na-overtaken yung Coast Guard. So, can we be clarified on that, Mr. Chair?
Commandant,
Yes,
please
sir.
answer the query of the Honorable Barbers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In response to the query of the Honorable Representative Barbers, sir, we share the same view. And we went through a process in coordination with relevant intelligence and national security concerned agencies of government. And in fact, we have already delisted 36 of them.
And they are all Chinese. Did Coast Guard conduct an investigation as to...
We did.
And may we know what happened to the investigation? What's the result?
We did checks on their compliance to the standard set, and we found that they did not comply. So we initiated their delisting. They are now, in fact, delisted.
So if they are delisted, Mr. Chair, ang issue is that our foreigners, like the Chinese, no? For instance, specifically the Chinese, allowed to become members of the auxiliary?
The coordination we have, Mr. Chair, is we will accept auxiliaries to the Coast Guard, provided they have secured national security clearance.
Okay. So all these 36 have secured
with-
national security clearances.
They don't have, and they don't have national security clearance. That's why we have delisted them. They're not in our roster anymore.
How long have they been with the auxiliary before you delisted them?
When I assumed office, immediately I did what I have to do, Your Honor.
And when was this,
I
Commander?
assumed last October, and so by December we have already started the listing.
So
Your
do you have any idea how long have they been a member of the auxiliary? Etong mga na-delist na ito? Meron ka bang,
around
based on your
2 to-
records,
2 to
your records
3
would show.
around 2 to 3 years, Your Honor.
So-
Some are even before.
So as you see, Mr. Chair, 2 to 3 years ago, this Chinese who have been a member of the auxiliary of the Coast Guard have been performing perhaps spying duties dito sa atin, and in the guise of being auxiliary members of the Coast Guard. So I'm glad that you have already taken an action by delisting them, but I think we should also look into some Coast Guard personnel who are involved in recruiting these Chinese members. Sino ho yan?
We are proceeding with this very carefully, Your Honor. Rest assured that I will do my part as the Commandant of the Coast Guard to make sure that the Coast Guard is a national security relevant agency.
I'm glad you said that, Mr. Chair, because we all know that there is now a national security issue where Coast Guard and our armed forces are slowly and carefully looking into, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kapag tayo napasok nitong mga Chinaman na nag-iispiya lang sa atin, it will render the Coast Guard, the armed forces, useless and inutil. So
Yeah.
yun ang ano natin. But again, no, I think if I may suggest, Mr. Chair, we should backtrack. Sino yung nag-recruit dyan? Bakit pumasok yan at wala naman silang compliance? Wala namang national security clearances. Bakit naging membro na auxiliary yan? Somebody, somehow, sometime, somewhere, have allowed them to become members of the auxiliary.
If I may respond, Mr. Chair, I'd like to clarify that the requirement for national security clearance started in my term.
Good.
It was me who requested for it.
So I'm glad that we included that, Mr. Chair, as one of the requirements. But other than that, ano yung mga requirements and sino yung involved doon sa pag-recruit nito mga Chinaman na ito?
We are going through it, Your Honor.
So I in the next hearing, Mr. Chair, where Coast
One
Guard
of them
will be
is
invited.
dead by now.
I'm sorry?
He has died already. One of those involved in the early stages of that recruitment, unfortunately, is already dead. Your Honor.
Not killed.
No.
Died
He died of
natural death.
natural
Okay.
causes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you, Mr.
may I add?
Before I recognize the Honorable Fernandez, please allow me to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Joseph Gilbert Villago, representing the 2nd District Province of Nueva Ecija. Welcome po kayo. Yes, the Honorable
Mr. Chair,
Fernandez.
medyo shocking yung nadinig ko. Medyo ngayon ko lang nalaman na may ganun pala tayo that we have recruited yung ating pong mga foreigners, especially mga Chinese para sa auxiliary. Because in addition to what the good gentleman from Surigao, did this Chinese national secured any alien employment permit from the immigration? Kasi ang mga foreigners that wanted to have a working permit, special working permit, must secure a clearance na permit coming from the DOJ. Not only sa national security. If they haven't gotten any alien employment permit, pinakamababa doon is 6 months and maximum of 1 year, then there is violation in the hiring of these Chinese personalities. It is not only the national security permit are required, unless that the national security is using these people for a national security issues. Mr. Chair.
If I may respond, Mr. Chair. Number one, Mr. Chair, we didn't hire them. We're not paying for them. They're not employed. They're volunteers. They are auxiliaries. As to whether or not they need to have the work permit, it is beyond our purview at this point. On the issue,
But I think it doesn't make sense kung voluntary. So much more that if they have intention to spy on us, then voluntarily they will do it. But I think Admiral Gavan, it doesn't make sense yung sinasabi po ninyo na voluntary lang yon. Kung voluntary yon, so much more that we have to be worried.
yes.
You know why? Because they might use that voluntarism as a pretext of their real intention.
I agree, Mr. Chair, and I share your concern.
So
But
tanong
that's
ko po,
not the only
General,
violation.
ang tanong ko lang po, nag-secure po ba sila ng alien, what do you call this, alien employment permit from the DOJ? Kasi yun ang kailangan sa immigration eh. Even saying that they are voluntary in nature,
Mr.
but they
Chair,
are working as a volunteer in a government institution, that is in violation of our constitution, precisely on the issue of the issuance of permits.
Mr. Chair, if I can respond. Due to the sensitivity of this matter, may I request for executive session so we can discuss this more thoroughly, Mr. Chair?
In that case, Mr. Chair, I move that
No.
no.
That
No,
will not be
I
granted
move
because
I move that we discuss this on a special other
some other time.
day that this committee will adopt, Mr. Chairman. Oh, yes, Mr. Chair, probably we can together with the public accounts and also with the dangerous drugs and the public order, we can discuss this matter as well because this involves again Chinese personalities, Mr. Chair. And medyo nag-worry ako po doon dahil nga Chinese na naman po yung involved. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
Napag-alaman na hindi nakasunod ang mga ito sa itinakdang standards tulad ng kawalan ng national security clearance, kaya naman sila na-delist. Tanong naman ni Barbers, pinapayagan ba talaga ang mga dayuhan lalo na ang Chinese na maging parte ng auxiliary force, at gaano nakatagal ang mga Chinese na miyembro ng puwersa? Kinumpirma naman ni Gavon na nasa pagitan na 2 hanggang 3 taong miyembro ng auxiliary force ang mga Chinese na naalis. Tiniyak ni Gavon na nagpapatuloy ang investigasyon ng PCG at pananagutin partikular kung sino ang nag-recruit sa 36 na Chinese, lalo't maaaring nakakompromiso ito sa seguridad ng bansa sa gitna ng tensyon sa West Philippine Sea. Para sa mas madaming update tungkol sa ating defense, abangan lamang ang aking mga bagong video. Para naman sa mga gusto magpa-shoutout, mag-comment lamang po at share, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Huwag mo na rin kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Pindutin mo na rin ang bell para updated kayo sa aking mga video. Maraming salamat po.